Hey there, this is Katherine Cartwright. Welcome to day 19 of the Advent calendar from Diamond Press. Today I received this banner die set, and it is so cute, and there are some stamps that go with it. And there's like these little tails that you can put on. So I have cut the main part of the banner and then the little tails. And so I'm going to stamp this out. There were, I think, 3 stamps included: sending love, get well soon, and something about birthday, I think. But today I'm going to use the sending love. I'm just going to use some black ink, and then I am going to make a card as well, and I will add this banner to it. So we are moving along in the Advent calendar. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this. If you were able, I sure appreciate your support. Okay, so I've got these little pieces, and you could make these tails. I'm going to call them tails. Different colors if you wanted to, and it's up to you. And you can, create this little banner however you want. If you want the banner at the top, the little tails at the top or at the bottom, that's up to you. I think either side would work and still give you that dimensional look, which is really fun. And I would love to do the little ends a different color. I think that would be fun too. And so I'm just kind of laying this a little bit where it goes below, and it looks sort of like the banner is curling. So that gives you the dimension there. So I'll let that dry, and while that's happening, I'm going to get die cutting. So I have a background die from Diamond Press that I've had for a little bit. There was like a 2 or 3 pack of these background dies. I love their background dies. This one, I have not actually worked with this particular one, but there was another one in there. But I think they're on their website. They've got a lot of great background dies on their website, as well as those shaped dies that I keep referencing, the squares, the rectangles, the circles, the ovals. They're really awesome. And I added some adhesive to this, and I am running this through 2 times to create a background, but I want to fill the background back in, but I wanted to already have adhesive on there, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. So I've got these. It also cuts, the background cuts a frame, and then you can put your put your paper back in there. All right, so when I get this squared away, I am going to add this to it's a little hard to see on camera. It's like a very light green cardstock. Has some yellow in it almost, but it's still a green, but it's just really, really light. And I am going to add a white one on for my border, and then I've got this on a card base, and then I can go back in and fill these in. And I know it's going fast, but I didn't want you to have to watch me, paper piece this back together. They fit really well if you have the right piece. I am going to have one in a minute that I put the wrong one in. It's a little too small, and so I'm just going to have to layer on a different one, the correct one, I should say, on top. But these are really fun and so easy. I could see, ink blending some cardstock and then cutting it. I could see watercoloring and cutting this and putting these back together, these little jigsaw puzzles. I love these graphic, what I call kind of graphic or geometric styles, very fresh and modern, but you can do a lot with them. So a lot of fun to be had. Okay, if you hear my cat crying in the background, he's having a hard time tonight, and he is being very, very loud. Sorry about that if you hear a bunch of carrying on. It is our little kitty cat, Hobbs, who is very special to us, but is very demanding when he wants his time outside. So if you hear that, I apologize. All right, so let me finish getting these pieces in here, and I've got one that I chose that was incorrect. And so I'm just kind of doing a quick little dry fit here, but you can see how quickly it comes together. I did speed this up, but it really, adding the adhesive sheet made a huge difference in terms of the speed. Okay, and I'm getting closer here, and then I can add my banner die on there. All right, and then you're going to see this is the one I made the mistake on. and that I picked the wrong one. It's a little too small, but the adhesive's pretty strong, and I was starting to tear the very tip of it, and so I just stopped, found the correct one, and layered it on. And you really can't see. This cardstock is a decent weight, but it wasn't that noticeable, so I just proceeded on. So there's always a way to make it work, and sometimes if it's not perfect, that's okay too. That's life, right? And that's card making. All right, here's the last piece going in there, and look how fun that is. Now I want to put the Sending Love. I've added some foam. I'm going to pop that up. I knew I wanted to put some of these pearls on here, and I ended up putting them on here, and I really didn't like it. So you won't see that on camera, but when I show it at the end, you'll see that I moved them. I stuck them down, and then I just really didn't like it. And so anyway, I'm spending some time trying to move them around, finding this right spot for them. And then I decided to do 3, so 2, and then one, a smaller one in the middle. And then I repeated that on the top, and I didn't like it. So sometimes I just really struggle with the placement of things, especially in something that has so much movement with this. And so then I changed my mind. I've got a runaway right there, and then I'm going to stick that on there. Didn't like that there, so I'm leaving this in so you know that I don't have everything planned out, and things sometimes work and sometimes things don't, and definitely in card making. Okay, so I thought, well, I'll stop there, but no, I need to balance this out. It looks a little strange, so I'm going to add these on the top and repeat the same process. But since it's not really the same. It looks different because of where the lines are, because of the pattern. So anyway, long story of me fiddling with these, and then I end up taking them all off, and I end up putting them on the 4 corners. I thought that was a better solution, and I liked that much better. So I just didn't like this, and here it is. I took those off, and I just squared this up with my pearls. And that is today's share with the banner die from Diamond Press. Thanks so much for watching, and check back tomorrow.